few of you may not know that I am Judith Snow. I am. Very often when I have arrived at the Toronto Auxiliary Institute, I know what I want to do and I know what I want to talk about. This year I certainly don't know what I want to do. A little bit I do, but not really. I only have a little bit of an idea of what I want to talk about. So I'll talk about that, and if I know anything about me, the rest of it will pop out somewhere. And we'll be fine. I am an artist, and along the way to becoming an artist, I was for a very long time an advocate for inclusion. And I find that part of my life keeps creeping in anyway. It won't go away. I'm still an advocate for inclusion. But I'm an artist who's an advocate for inclusion now. And I was in an art exhibit at the Royal Ontario Museum, one that was there for about 8 months, which was mainly about my art, but also about the process of how I do my art, which is called art facilitation. Anyway, I was in this art exhibit, and somebody said, "So what's inclusion?" And I came up with, it's about celebrating diversity, basically. Even more than celebrating it, it's actually living our lives from diversity. So, then last year when I was in the Toronto Summer Institute, I had this amazing opportunity during last summer to work with a young man who's helping to make a video game that will give people the experience of celebrating diversity. Now, we haven't yet got the darn thing on it, so I apologize for that. But I don't know about you, but last year was really chaotic. Have you noticed? A lot of things didn't go right. But we're still going, so at some point there will be a video game. Anyway, because of that video game, I had the experience of creating art for a video game. And the man whose name was for me said to me, "You know, this is very, 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 very important." I said, "What?" So without art, there is no video game. You can do all the programming in the world, but there's nothing to see until there's the art. So art is making the invisible visible. And Diamond and I were sitting back there. He says that I wasn't the first person, and Ramin wasn't the first person to come up with that. This poet somewhere, 20 years ago, came up with that. So that's another phrase. I'm just giving you these phrases right now about inclusion and about art and about making the invisible visible. And the way all that comes together in my brain is around giftedness. Have you heard that word lately? Yeah? Well, Jack talked about it this morning, I think. Yes? Come on, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, good. So, we started, I was one of the people who started using the idea of giftedness in the 80s. And for me, my story of it is that I very much realized that the idea of disability doesn't work for me. You can call me a lot of things, but disabled really doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. I just how could you say I'm disabled? I'm running around the world, busy like nuts. I'm talking to hundreds and thousands of people. At least it feels like that. Doing all these things. How could you say I'm disabled? But there's clearly something. So what is that, right? I was really, really, really struggling to figure out what that is. It was invisible to me for many, many, many years. And then this idea of gift. And okay, this is what I say about a gift. A gift is anything that you are, or that you have, or that you do, which creates an opportunity for some kind of interaction, some kind of relationship and interaction. So it can be something very simple. Typically, we talk about people being gifted when they create really strange interactions that people like a lot. Like playing the piano really fast for long periods of time. Right? People like it when you can do stuff like that. Right? And they say you're gifted. But it still fits the definition. Because when you can do something like that, you create opportunities for lots and lots and lots of other people to make music, to make recordings, to make concert halls, to sell tickets, to have radio shows, all sorts of things. If there weren't these people that play really well, we wouldn't do those things. So a gift is about interaction and opportunity. So when I was a kid, I went to a school where Beverly Boyd also went to school. Now Beverly liked to park her body upside down in water many, many times a day. In other words, she was an Olympic diver. That was a compulsion for Beverly to put her body upside down in water over and over again. That's a very strange thing to do. Don't you think? But people interpreted her strangeness as a gift. And they interacted with her and with each other in a very large number of ways, so that Beverly actually got to go to the Olympics 4 times. That's a lot of times for an athlete. It would take you about 8 or 10 pages to write down all the different kinds of interactions that are made possible by people like Beverly. From people who build swimming pools, to making swimsuits, to the rules, to government regulations, to the whole 9 yards. It's huge, right? And we treated Beverly in some different ways, and we treated Beverly in some same ways, right? She went to school. She was in the same classes as everybody else, but she would need tutoring because she was away so much. And she would need a few things shifted here and there. And of course she got lots and lots of special attention. And she got up earlier, and people got up earlier with her. All kinds of stuff that was done specially for Beverly, as well as stuff that was done in the same way for Beverly. It's all because she's gifted, right? So what about the kid in the same school? who uses a motorized wheelchair. You get it? Yeah. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. As long as we do the same stuff and some different stuff, as long as we interpret it as a gift, as long as we allow for the variety of interactions that could come out of it and support those, as long as we celebrate it, as long as we're polite about it. We don't let people go up to Beverly and say, you're beautiful. We just we're polite about her obsessive behavior. Right? It's a gift. So, why I really want to talk about that today is because I am frustrated by the extent to which we talk about the gift as if the gift is in Beverly, or as if the gift is in Judith. It's not in Beverly. Beverly is the one who parks her body upside down water. But the gift is not in Beverly. The gift is in how we interact with Beverly. The gift is in the relationship that we have with Beverly. If we choose to see Beverly as unacceptably weird, then we will still have interactions with Beverly, but they won't be gifted interactions. They will be disabled interactions. And that's the right use of the word disabled. It means to take away capacity, to take away ability. We will have interactions with Beverly that eliminate her capacity. If we have those kinds of interactions with her. But typically people are quite smart about the kind of weirdness that Beverly has. They realize that it's way better for everybody else if we celebrate her difference. And if we build economic opportunities and social opportunities around it. It's way better for everybody. It's better for Beverly, yes. And you hear lots and lots and lots of talk about that in inclusion conferences. But it's also, and much more importantly in my view, way better for everybody else. If we create the Olympics instead of creating an institution. Or create classic concerts, or create something that really works for everybody. Like I heard a story at lunchtime of a young man who wanted to climb the Himalayas. And he has a circle. And the circle started off, as many circles here, by thinking that climbing the Himalayas is actually what he wanted to do. So they got him about halfway up the Himalayas, right? Which is not bad, but that's hardly ever what people mean when they say things like, I'd like to climb the Himalayas. They usually mean something quite more connected to the anyway. I'll just tell the story and you figure it out. So somebody saw something in this guy and invited her nephew to one of the circle meetings. And her nephew has a band. And his band needed a roadie. somebody to schlep equipment and help move things around and enjoy and celebrate the fact that they have a band. And this guy got it to be a roadie. And now he has really gifted stuff to do in the community, in the band. That's what inclusion is. That's what the gift is. It doesn't live inside the guy who thinks he wants to climb a mountain. It lives in the interactions that we have with the guy who thinks he wants to climb a mountain. Okay? And we are killing our communities because we will not have gifted interactions with certain people. I live in one of the most beautiful areas of the world. I live in South Etobicoke. Here, it's part of Toronto. It's on the lake, basically. I live in one of the most multi-culturally diverse communities you can imagine. There are a great many young people in the age of like 14 to 28 or 29 whose parents were refugees, but they themselves have been living in Canada all of their lives. And they are multi-language, all kinds of cultural tradition at their beck and call. And they're very, very good at hanging together. Like they're very good at building community. They can sit on the stoop of our co-op and drop into rap spontaneously, just out of nothing, right? These people are truly amazing. And we treat them, I mean our society, we treat them as if they were a hazard. We call them a safety risk. And 3 days ago, 50 of them were arrested at the same time and handcuffed and made to lie on their faces on the basketball court. Because somebody in the co-op is selling cocaine. It doesn't add up. So here we have this set of young people who understand multiculturalism, who understand community, who understand building an economy in a world where nobody will give them jobs. Right? We really support each other. They've got something we really want, and we treat them like they're a hazard to the world. That's not inclusion. That's not giftedness. And that creates a society where we are over-policed and where we're hugely at risk. Because, if any one of those cops had started shooting on Thursday, there would have been at least 10 dead people in that basketball court. Right? It's just... So, it's really up to us as citizens. And this is what John will talk about in his module as well. It's really up to us as citizens to get that the conversation is not about disability. It just isn't about disability. It is about will we choose to be with each other as if each other is a wonderful source of social and economic giftedness for each and every one of our communities. And if we take on that responsibility, we truly have a beautiful world to live in. Thank you. Talk to you later.